Hey guys, I want to talk about a really serious subject that I've just kind of been contemplating on whether or not I want to share. But what many people don't know is I am a victim or survivor of domestic violence. Now, let me clear that up. I myself have never been in a physically violent relationship. Can't really say I've been in an emotionally abusive relationship or verbally abusive relationship. I've been fortunate in that regard. But as a kid, I watched my mother suffer through 14 years of horrific abuse. And there were people who knew that, quote unquote, they fought, but nobody really understood how violent this person was to my mother. And I remember days of climbing out of my bedroom window. We lived on the first floor, and he would start, and I would climb out of my bedroom window to run to the phone booth at the corner to call the police, to call 911. And they would come, and nothing would happen. He wouldn't go to jail. Like, they would do nothing, and I can imagine that my mom felt trapped in that situation. And it's like a family secret. Like, nobody talked about it. We never discussed it. We never told anybody, cousins, aunties, stuff like that. We never told anybody how bad it really was. But it is something that affects me to this day, and I have never talked about it. Partially because I didn't want to put my mother on Front Street, but she and I had a conversation, and I told her that I feel really strongly that I want to speak out about her story and my story. I mean, in telling my story, I'd be telling her story. So I needed to make sure she was in agreement with me sharing my experience and what I went through as a kid and how it's affected me and my view of men to this day. And just watching her go through that and being so defenseless, and there was just really no one there to help her. Partially because some people didn't know, but the resources back then weren't there for, like they are now. But even today, we have women that are still being killed by these men. And it happens to men too. I don't want to make it seem like, it's only women. There are men that are being abused, but I'm speaking from my perspective and the perspective of my mom. And it's a really difficult situation to deal with growing up. It's really hard to see your mother beaten like a dog. And my mom is 5'5". She was probably 140 pounds, if that, 135 pounds. And this man was 6'8", all of 280, 90 pounds. I mean, huge guy. She had absolutely no defense against this man. And he had no mercy. He couldn't even see that she was defenseless. All he had was anger and violence. And oftentimes I'd get beat up trying to defend her, and I'm a kid. If she has no defense against him, I certainly don't. But I wasn't going to stand by and allow this man to beat my mom without doing something. So I jump in, get beat down with her, jump out the window, go call the police. They come and do nothing. It is a helpless feeling. You just have no idea. So I just want to say, Mom, I love you, and I hate that you went through that. And I'm glad that you survived, and I'm glad that you got out. And I am strong because of you. Your strength made me strong. I love you.